It's always a pleasure to have Richard Bona, the original Richard Bona.
The original, not the copy.
Here in the company. And I like when Richard play, when we share idea. Please stay in touch because we have a lot of things to show you during this year and next year. But what I really like to hear from Richard is the story about your career. When, for example, yesterday we were speaking about when you meet first time with Joe Zawinul.
Oh, the first time I met Joe. Yeah,
it was very nice. And people, I think that people like to know this kind of story. So why not to share some story with them?
I was in Paris back then because I lived in Paris. We all knew Joe Zawinul, but I never really met him. So and I'm playing on a basement somewhere in Paris, in a neighborhood called Montparnasse. And he's having a lunch with his agent on the terrace. Just because his hotel was not far away from, and then they were eating and I was playing down there. I'm playing bass on the thing. That's how he heard the bass, because they connected the club with outside speakers. Okay. Then he could listen to.
It was like it's strange, but it was a nice situation.
A coincidence, completely coincidence, and that's why I asked the waitress, "What is this album?" The waitress said, "No, it's not an album. It's a kid. It's a guy playing downstairs," and he walked downstairs, and there were nobody there. I used to play there, but there were nobody, coming to listen, but and then I see this guy, there, but I'm just playing and stuff. So, and I end up playing, and he came to me and said, "Man, good playing, man. My name is Joe Zawinul." And I was like, "Huh?" Oh my God, this is Joe Zawinul here. I'm like, what is he doing here? I mean, there were no musicians coming here. There were no musicians coming here. What are you doing here? They were actually upstairs. He was having a meeting with his French booking agent. So that's how I met Joe. And he told me, when you come to New York, call me. I said, yeah, but I had no plan going to New York back then. I'm in France. I just arrived in France, do my little thing in France here. I said, yeah, or whatever, But it was a good, I'm like, wow, I get noticed by the great Joe Zawinul. This is good, but man, to go to New York, that's like a long, And then I end up going to New York. And I got to New York 2 days after. And I said, man, let me call Joe. I took the number, and back then you could go in the street and put 25 cents in a booth, in a telephone booth in the street, and call anyone. So I dialed his number. I swear to God, I didn't say one word. The phone was ringing, and he picks up the phone, and he went like, "Richard Bona." And I went like, what? I'm like, he's around here or what? What's going on? And I look around, he wasn't there. So I'm like, yeah, I'm in New York, really, yeah. So he told me, come see me. The next day, I go to his place. He used to live in the Village. I think West 9th Street. No, not 9th Street. I was on 9th Street later on. 12th Street. 12th Street. West Street between Broadway and 5th Avenue. Joe had a loft, beautiful loft apartment, huge. And I go meet him there. So my question was, how did he know it was me? Because that, like, all day I was like, how come he knew it was me calling from a payphone? I mean, that's a street payphone. Anybody can call it from a payphone. So I get to his place, nice, his wife was there. And I asked him, Joe, how do you know it was me? And he looked at me, he's like, who else would call me from a fucking payphone? So Joe was always like, and the first time I played with him, he gave me so much trouble on stage. Because Joe always tell her, just follow me. He's always brings, don't worry. No rehearsal, nothing. We at the Passage always. But that's Joe. So I'm trying to follow Joe. It becomes so hard to follow Joe. You know how Joe is. It's impossible to follow. He tells you follow me, but it's like, how am I gonna follow Joe? He's talking, he's on the vocoder, he's fixing things. And so after a while, I'm like, you know what? I was just doing my thing. So I saw he got pissed off. He got angry on stage because he's trying to get me to follow him. But I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. I'm not following this guy, man. I'm going to just do my own thing, man. It's too complicated. So we did the gig, and that was my first gig with him. I don't recall where was that. Manolo was in the band, Paco and stuff, but I don't recall the place where we did a show. And then the next day, I'm thinking, okay, he's really angry, so I think he's gonna just tell me, you know what, we can't do it, man. That's too much. He came to my room in the morning. He knocked on my door. I heard Bona, Bona, Bona. He heard, open the door. Then I open the door, and he comes to me. You know what he tells me? You know what I like about you? I say, I don't know. You got balls. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh.
How many times you play with him?
Nah, I played with him for about 3 years.
Yes.
With Joe. I started, I think, in 96.
Was it right? For a coincidence you start to play with him? For a coincidence in the restaurant, in the club?
Yeah, it was a coincidence. And then when I went to New York, I got in New York. 9 days after my arrival in New York, I was on the road with Joe. We were touring. I
like to hear this story from the people like you, and it's always nice to know the stories about these big people of the music. I know that you have so many stories with Pat Metheny, so many people, but all time you will come here now, we can record a story for the bass player.
Share stories and stuff, yeah.
Share stories is very nice.
Yeah, got a lot of stories. Not only with Joe, with a lot of musicians that I play with, you know. And music is...
Next time I have another idea, and I want to know from you the one very nice story.
Okay.
For next time.
Next time, we do a very nice story about Marco in Germany, first time when I met him.
Yeah.
He brought a big cheese. No?
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.